Hello out there to you. In this video, we're going to find the elasticity of supply, sometimes known as price elasticity of supply or supply elasticity. We're going to do the midpoint method and also not the midpoint method using arc price elasticity, which means I'm going from one point to another. Okay. So we're told that price P1 is $1. So we'll cross that out. Let's cross it out like this. $1, and then we're told that P2 is 350. Okay, so we want to call up our formula. Price elasticity of supply is the percentage change in quantity supplied over the percentage change in price. Now, whether you're using the midpoint method or not, it matters just on the formula that you use. So percent change formula normally is just the new value minus the old value over the old. Or another way to say that, and then multiply by 100. Another way to say that is to just take the difference over where you came from. Now, this is the regular way, the non-midpoint way. Now you'll get a different answer if you're going up the supply curve rather than if you're going down the supply curve. So to account for this, we use the midpoint method. So this is percent change using the midpoint. And so we're going to say new minus old over midpoint, halfway in between those two, times 100. And you can usually just eyeball it halfway between 1 and 350. That would be, well, actually, I think in this case, I can't really eyeball that. So I'm going to use a calculator, and I'm just going to average the two. So it'd be 450 divided by 2, 225. Okay, 225 would be halfway on the price. And then this one I can eyeball. Halfway in between those two is 52.5 would be right there. Okay, so let's use the midpoint method first, and we're going to plug in everything. I like to do quantity on the top and quantity first. So 55 is our new value minus 50 over midpoint 52.5 times 100. We'll put that in the calculator in a second. And then on the price side, it's 1 to 350. So 350 would be the price for 55 minus 1 over our midpoint there is 225 times 100. And we're going to get, so it's 5. Let's get the calculator out again. And we want 5 over 52.5, which would be multiplied by 100. It's going to be 9.5%. 9.5%. And then over here, this would be 250 over 225. 250 over 225. That is 111%. 111%. Now, that's pretty big. So since the change in quantity is smaller than the change in price, we actually know this is going to be inelastic. But if I'm just calculating numbers, I'm going to put 9.5 over 111, and I get 0.855. So 0.85. And that is our price elasticity of supply when we use the midpoint method. Let's not use the midpoint method and see what number we get. So we're just going to use this formula. So it's the same thing up here on the top. So I'm just going to write the difference there. So it'd be 5 over 50. That's a little smoother. I can actually just do that in my head. That's 1/10 or 10%, which if you're looking up here comparing it, is a very similar number. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And then here, it would be the difference of 250 again. But it matters where I came from, so it'd be over 1. So times 100. And this is smoother because I can do this in my head. So it'd be 250%. Really big change there. And so it's 1 over 25, which is 1/25. And it would be 0.4. And that is the price elasticity of supply if we don't use the midpoint method. So either way, we got an inelastic number. Doesn't really matter which one you use, but and that's how to calculate price elasticity of supply.